The first thing the coach took from Alex was not his position. It was his courage. Before that season, the left wing had felt like a promise. The chalk line gave him room to run, and the field opened toward the middle. Like a door, most days Alex took it. He loved the slap of wet grass. Under his boots, the cold in his throat, the quick beat of the ball. Skipping ahead of him. In school, he could be scattered, funny, late with homework. On the pitch, he knew exactly who he was. Then Coach Max began shrinking the game. 2 touches, he said. Keep it simple. Don't lose the ball. Alex nodded, because he always nodded to adults. At home, his father had taught him to listen, respect people, and work without complaining. Good lessons. On the pitch, Alex bent them the wrong way. He stopped listening and started obeying. John stayed high on the left. John wanted the ball every time, whether he had space or not. He dribbled too long, shot from bad angles, threw his hands up when passes did not come, and still got freedom because noise looked like confidence. Coaches spoke to Alex about discipline. They spoke to John about bravery. It was not only John. In the dressing room, boys sorted themselves into old patterns. 3 from the same school sat together. 2 others had been at the club so long. They carried themselves like owners. They shared rides, jokes, and little plans. In front of everybody, nobody told Alex to move. They just never shifted over. At first, he told himself it did not matter. Then the same thing started happening everywhere. A hard pass came into him by the touchline, with open grass in front. Instead of taking the ball forward, Alex killed it under his foot. The defender arrived. Shoulder, bump, loss. Max shouted, "Faster." John clapped once. The next time, Alex passed back at once. Then he did it again. Soon one mistake could erase 5 minutes of him. A bad touch, a lost duel, a shout from John. Then Alex drifted behind other bodies, moving enough to look involved, hiding enough to stay unhurt. He stayed tall in contact and got knocked off the ball. He trapped passes flat instead of into space. He hurried shots. Before the chance had settled, he was still useful. He was no longer dangerous. That was the part that followed him home. Mud dried on his socks. His boots sat by the radiator. The house smelled of soap and dinner, while he sank into clips of other players doing the thing he kept saying he wanted. One Friday night, his father turned the tablet face down on the kitchen table. Rain tapped the window. Steam blurred the glass. Lentils and cumin still hung in the air. "You still want football?" his father said. Alex looked at the table. "Yes." "Then your work should look like your answer." Alex stayed quiet. His father sat across from him. "Tell me what keeps happening." The words came slowly and all at once. "I take too long, then they press, then I panic and play safe. If I mess up once, I keep hearing it." The coach, John. "Everybody." "Everybody?" his father said. Alex said nothing. His father leaned back. "Mostly you." The truth landed hard. Then his father tapped the table once. "You need something short. For the bad moments, not drama, not excuses. Just something that gets you to the next play." "Like what?" "Next ball," his father said. "Strong body." "Ask again." 2 days later, Alex played the worst match of his season. 3 first touches died under him. A bigger defender moved him aside, as if he were light. When a clean chance opened, Alex dragged the shot wide. After John shouted at him, Alex spent 10 minutes asking for the ball, in places where he could not help anybody. As they walked off, one of the boys from the old dressing room circle said, "He disappears every week." Nobody answered. On the drive home, his father kept his eyes on the road. "The good news," he said, "is that the problem is clear." The next Tuesday, he took Alex to a side pitch where a trainer named Leo ran evening sessions. 7 boys, 2 mini-goals, floodlights humming in damp air, rubber and rain rising from the turf. Leo watched the small-sided game without interrupting. Alex miscontrolled a pass, stopped another under him, lost a shoulder duel, rushed to finish. When the game ended, Leo rolled a ball under his sole. "Come here." Alex walked over. "What are you?" Alex frowned. "What? What position are you? When you tell the truth?" "Left wing." Leo nodded. "Then stop playing, like you're apologizing for it." He pointed at the ground. "First touch goes." To the next action, he turned half sideways. "In contact, get lower." He pointed upfield. "Your first steps die, because you tighten." Then he tossed Alex the ball, and after mistakes, stop helping them bury you. Alex looked at him. Leo shrugged. "Bad touch? Next ball. Someone complains? Give one answer or none. Then play. Boys leave you out? Build your own side." That night, Alex opened a school notebook. Heavy first touch, weak in contact, too quiet after mistakes, too eager to hide, too much fear of noise, waiting to be chosen. On the next page, Mondays, wall work. Tuesdays, sprint starts. Wednesdays, strength and shielding. Thursdays, wing actions and finishing. Fridays, lighter touches. Sundays, review. At the bottom, he added, next ball, strong body, ask again. The first weeks were ugly. His hamstrings burned. After short sprints, his calves shook on the stairs. In the yard, his father leaned into him until Alex learned to stay low and keep the ball on the far foot. At the wall, the ball skipped away. When his touch got stiff, in front of goal, the old panic still rushed his shot. The social part felt worse. The first time Alex tried speaking first. In the dressing room, the words came out flat. "You staying after on Thursday?" he asked Samir. The right back. Samir looked up. "Maybe. Why?" 10 extra crosses. Samir shrugged. "All right." It was small. Alex wrote it down anyway. Asked first. A week later, in training, John lost the ball, trying to dribble through traffic. The counter came down Alex's side, and when the coach stopped play, John pointed at him. "That's on you." Usually Alex would have swallowed it. This time he said, "You lost it. I'll recover mine." The pitch went quiet for a beat. Then Alex jogged back into position. His heart hammered, but something had changed. He had answered. Without shrinking, he had answered. Without turning the whole thing into a fight. Another Sunday, 2 boys made plans for a private kickabout right in front of him. John grinned, like he wanted Alex to hear. Instead of standing there, Alex looked past them. "Samir Jonas, I'm taking a ball to the cages at 11. Come if you want." They came. By the next month, Alex was no longer waiting. At the edge of somebody else's circle, he had started building one of his own. The change on the pitch came the same way, slowly enough to be real. A fast pass arrived near the line. Alex almost pinned it dead, out of habit, then opened his hips and let it run ahead. The touch was not perfect. It was alive. When the defender leaned in, Alex dipped his shoulder, absorbed the contact, and won a throw. 5 minutes later, he misplaced a pass in midfield. John threw up both hands. There it is again. Heat climbed Alex's neck. Next ball, he clapped once, outplay me. He received the next pass, laid it inside, and stayed in the game. That night he wrote 4 words, asked again after mistake. Weeks passed, his first step sharpened. He stopped folding. Every time a bigger player leaned on him, his finishing calmed down. The bad moment. Stopped owning the next 5. And people started noticing other things too. Alex arrived early enough to set out bibs when a younger substitute lost the ball and got roasted for it. Alex gave him the next pass anyway. When tempers rose, Alex stopped adding noise. He started making things simpler. Leo noticed first. On a cold Thursday, Alex took a heavy touch, chased it, won it back, cut inside, and scored. What changed? Leo said, "I get to the next play faster," Alex said. Leo nodded. "Good. Keep doing that." For other people too. Then came the semifinal. Wind moved the corner flags. Parents stood behind the fence with paper cups, warming their hands. Mud had gathered at the edges of both boxes. A few scouts were there for the tournament, though Alex did not know that. When he tied his boots, he only knew. The game felt heavy from the first whistle. In the tunnel, one of the younger bench players stood apart, pulling at his sleeve. Alex stepped over. "First action simple," he said. "Be ready." The boy nodded. In the 8th minute, Alex miscontrolled a pass. The old feeling opened under him like a trapdoor. He brought his hands together once. Again, the midfielder trusted him and played it back. Alex took the return on the half-turn and slipped out of the same pressure that had almost buried him. His father met him by the sideline. "How are you?" "Good." "Then stay brave for the next one." On the way back out, John muttered, "Just don't disappear now." Months earlier, Alex would have carried that into the half. Now he looked at him and said, "Then keep running." Midway through the second half, Alex got the ball. Outside the box, it came hard across his body. Months earlier, he would have frozen it and invited pressure. Now the touch carried him across himself and into space. One more touch, one look, low shot across goal. The net snapped, the world vanished. Inside the pounding in his ribs, then teammates hit him. From both sides, mud climbed his socks, and the touchline turned to noise. 7 minutes from time, the other team equalized from a corner, 1-1. The old fear came back fast, and John gave it a voice. "Don't disappear now." A few months earlier, that sentence would have lodged in Alex's chest. Now it passed through him. He turned before the throw and pointed. Samir, under. Jonas, spin. John, back post. 3 players moved at once. For the first time all season, Alex did not just want the next action. He was organizing it. The pass came left. Alex attacked at once, drove at the same fullback, slowed just enough to freeze him, then burst outside. One touch, another. Byline, head up, low cutback. John arrived late and buried it. 2-1. For one strange second, John only stared at him. Then he pointed straight at Alex. As the rest of the team crashed in, 2 minutes later, the whistle blew. Alex bent over laughing because there was too much air in his chest for anything else. His legs shook. His mouth tasted of metal and cold. His socks were heavy with mud. When he stood up, Leo was beside a man in a dark coat, speaking to Alex's father. The man waited for Alex to come over. "I'm with the academy at Willimport FC," he said. "We've been watching all day." Alex said nothing. The man smiled. "You were one of the best players here. Quick, brave, composed after mistakes. We'd like you to come for a trial." Alex looked at his father first. His father's eyes were bright. "Answer him." "Yes," Alex said. Then again, stronger. "Yes, of course." That night, he opened the notebook. One more time. Asked first. The early pages held the same old truths. Heavy touch, hidden after mistakes, weak in contact, waiting to be chosen. Then came the work, the small proofs, the names of the boys who had trained with him, the short lines that kept him moving. At the bottom of a clean page, he wrote, "Trial with Willimport FC." He sat still for a moment, then added one more line. "I came back before I got chosen." He closed the notebook and lay on his bed with sore legs, tired shoulders, and a deep, quiet happiness. Outside, wind brushed the house. Inside, his boots rested by the door, still dirty. From the best match of his life. At the start, the left wing had felt like a promise. Now it felt like his place.